Alright, I have a quick word for you, and the word is God will deliver you. I know you have gone through a lot of things, and sometimes you have seen your friends, your compatriots, and your acquaintances getting delivered. And you're wondering, why is it that I'm still in the same thing? Why is it that my friends have had victory, and yet I'm still struggling? And yet, things are not happening the way I expect them to happen. You know, deliverance is a choice. The same thing happens to bondage. Bondage is a choice. We choose to be slaves. Yes, there may be incidences where you may have someone oppressing you, but in the course of time, it starts out as a choice. You can choose to say, I need my deliverance right now. You can choose to stand and say, today is the day that I'm going to be delivered. Today is the day. Just as the children of Israel, they chose and said, today is the day that Pharaoh will let us go. Moses came to Pharaoh and had to request Pharaoh to let the children of Israel. Pharaoh did not want. He wanted to keep them slaves. But it was a choice. Moses chose to obey God. It was obedience. When he heard the voice of God, he chose to obey and went to Pharaoh. But if Moses had just sat down and said, oh, you know what, maybe they will just get delivered, maybe something will happen and they will come out of that bondage, it would have taken a long time. It would have been delays after delays. But he chose. And the children of Israel also had a part to play. They also made a choice to listen to the words of Moses. They obeyed his words. They believed in his words, that the words that he spoke were words from God. They chose to follow him as their leader. So deliverance is a choice. But God is about to deliver someone out of addiction. God is about to deliver you out of a generational curse. Remember, whoever God has blessed, nothing can curse you. No curse can hold you down. But you find that sometimes God has told us to pick up our mat and walk. God has broken the chains of you, but you find people are still down on the floor. You find someone is still acting as though they are a slave, and yet you have been set free. You have been made free. For whom the Son of Man sets free, whom the Son of Man makes free, is free indeed. So deliverance is coming to your household right now. As I speak right now, chains are being broken. Your prayers are being answered. But you have a part to play. You have a very big part to play. Because everything is done. It is settled. God has done it. But you have to pick up yourself and move. The door is open for you. But can you see that door? Can you walk through that door? Do you have the strength to walk through that door? Of course you do have the strength, because the scripture says, in him we move, live, and have our being. So he will grant you strength. I know the enemy does not want to let you go. But the more you push it, the more you push him aside, the more he will leave you. Scripture says, resist the devil and he will flee. Have you tried to resist him? or you just give into his traps. You just give into his advices. You love listening to his lies. There are people who love listening to lies. Even when they know it is a lie, they love listening to the lie. They enjoy it. They enjoy their sin. Not knowing the more you dig into that sin, the more you do that kind of act, the more you become blind. The more you become unaware of God's voice. The more your relationship with God is made at a distance. So deliverance is coming your way. Right now as I speak, people who were spiritually blind will see. People who were spiritually crippled, because the people who have been crippled spiritually, you will move. You will move forward. Deliverance in your family will be your portion. Be blessed, brothers and sisters.